Libra, welcome to your 5 card movie star spread. As per usual, all you have to do is click on that description box below and it will talk about, oof, all right. We're going to take both of these. It will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. And as I was getting to these, something flipped over here. Your cards are just yelling at me today, like extra cards want to pop out, Libra. Ah, Libra. I am so happy to see this. You guys have been through some stuff lately. Here's what I got. The 2 cards that wanted to jump out, these are the first cards always represent you, okay? So I see healing. I see a time of rejuvenation. And I see you getting out of your head. And honestly, that's what Libras need a break from the most, is getting out of their head. They tend to... Libras always want things to be fair and balanced, but unfortunately, they get stuck in a position a lot where they overthink things and they go within themselves, which is a good thing. But then when they are making things fair and balanced, they're only doing it by their own set of standards and with their own perception. So then when they present their ideas as being, oh, this is the way things should be, what they don't realize is they're telling other people how something should be. And then the other people feel defensive. Okay. So whereas you're always striving for balance, you're not always finding what's fair for the other person. And then that causes conflict over something that you've really, really thought about, something that you've put a lot of effort into. So then you go back into yourself and you wind up in this cycle of constantly overthinking and constantly trying to make the situation balanced and fair, but only on your own perception. You sometimes forget to get the other person's opinion in there. So I see you finding a place of healing and getting unstuck from your head, because this is a prison of your own making. So you're finally learning that lesson, and you're really reaching outside yourself, because what you have for your antagonist card here is the card of reciprocity. So you're actually reaching out for that other person. The situation has been imbalanced for a long time because you've been tilting this in your particular favor, and it's been causing the other person a lot of frustration. But now that you're looking for this reciprocity, you're seeing that there is give and take, and now you have to let the scales lean to the other person's favor for a little while. So you are questioning your value system. You are questioning your foundation. Something came in and disrupted what you thought you knew, and now you're going, oh, ooh, gee. So there's a moment of growth here. You were pushed outside of your comfort zone and you had to look at yourself from somebody else's perspective, or somebody else's perspective became so important to you. That's how you got unstuck from your own understanding of the situation, and you started to recognize, oh, well, maybe I didn't have the clearest picture. Okay, so you're questioning your own value system and you're questioning your own goals here. And you're starting to realize that you weren't creating a nurturing environment for yourself or this other person. So let's look at this 2 ways. Obviously, if this is a personal relationship, it's very, very obvious that you are now recognizing that the other person needs equal say and footing in what happens. And that not only do you have to look at your value system, but you have to get on the same page with their value system as well. However, if this is a vocational spread, it kind of feels like for a very long time you didn't understand the expectations of you. You didn't understand the needs of your company. You didn't understand your boss's position. Or if you're an entrepreneur, you didn't necessarily understand your client's needs. So you were pushing and pushing and pushing in a particular direction, or you were working really hard to a particular direction, and you put in all this extra work, and then you recognize that you and this other energy, you and this client, you and your boss, you and the company weren't on the same page anymore. And then you realized, oh shit, this is my fault. I pushed so hard and I went in this direction and I never really stopped and made a roadmap of the situation. The beautiful part about it is you are devising a new plan, slow and steady, to leverage your resources in order to make a new path. in order to make a slower and steadier change so you don't go too far in one direction just in case you have to correct course. Um, the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that passes the finish line. All of the knights bring in a necessary change. This one happens to work a little bit slower and leverage their resources a little bit better and take a systematic approach in order to make sure that goals are met. So this is you recognizing that you either didn't understand the situation to its full potential because you weren't taking the other person's perspective into consideration, or B, that you've been very selfish, that you've been self-serving for a while and you're recognizing that you're not going to get what you want unless you rework your goals and values and actually start working with people rather than for yourself. Libra, this is not a comfortable change, but this is a moment of growth. And if you take this lesson and you really work with it and you stick with it, you'll find a much more mature approach to everything from here on out, to every part of your life, your social life, your work life, your personal relationships. Sorry, I had a moment there. Um, yeah, there's a moment of growth here. And if you stick with this energy, if you really, really work with it and you really start to look at the other person's perspective and look for the balance that way, you'll find a new maturity level in your life that will help you in all aspects of life. Libra, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will see you next time.